Hello everyone, this is the V-Man and welcome! We are back on Autopolis International Racing Course, this time with one make N200 car. It's a Toyota 86, I think, a very good car. This is a limited version. So I like to think that I'm fast on this track, and as always I practiced a couple of hours, hour or two, something like that, and I set a decent lap time, which was 2:12.1, something like that. So first race I will start on a second position. Of course we are starting from a standing position with a false start check and start. I did it good. Of course TCS is on one, and when we start to accelerate we turn the TCS off. So in front of me Spanish guy, behind me is a Spanish guy. Until the moment ago it was a Hungarian guy. And now the goal is to get away from the guys behind and to stay close to this Spanish guy in front of me. Because of my job, you know, that I'm working, I have a daily job, I cannot practice as long as I would like to, so I'm just able to practice a bit and then to go into the race, straight into the race, you know, to record and to edit it and to present it to you. So I don't have much time to practice, as I said, as long as I would like to. And the reason why I'm saying this is that, you know, it's pretty easy to set a good lap time on the track, but it's a whole different thing to be fast in a race itself, you know, to have a pace. So clearly you can see now that the Spanish guy is getting away, he's building a gap or advantage, and behind me is another Spanish guy. So what I wanted to say is I can make a good qualification lap time, but then I have a trouble or a problem to be consistent. This is a third lap now, behind me is still Spanish guy, so I was starting to lose my pace and we had a contact here. He realized what he did, so he backed off a bit, and this is the moment when I built my advantage once again, advantage which I lost until the couple of moments ago. Now we are going to skip into a fourth lap, and if you look in my rearview mirror or into a leaderboard, you can see that the Hungarian guy is going to go in front of the Spanish guy in a couple of seconds, and at this moment I had 1.4 seconds advantage. One would say that is enough, right? Well, wrong. After a couple of laps that 0.4 seconds advantage melted down to, look at this, only 0.2 seconds advantage. So this is 6th lap, so we have entire 3 laps, 6th, 7th and 8th laps to defend our second position. Hungarian guy is behind me. Of course he is thirsty, as all the racing drivers are. He wants my second place, and let the games begin. So he had a better exit here and he wasn't aggressive too much. I was surprised by that, because I think he was in a position to go onto my right side and to utilize that high speed and to go in front of me. But as I said, he wasn't aggressive enough, so this first attempt of his to overtake me failed. So I was now looking in my rearview mirror and I was trying to build up my pace once again, but I wasn't able to do that. He was on my tail all the time until the end of the race. After this corner, again I managed to build a small gap, so after a couple of corners that advantage was around half a second. So we are going to skip to the second attempt of the Hungarian guy to take my position. This is 7th lap, going towards the first corner, very tricky one, because we don't see its apex until we come close to it. Again Hungarian guy has a better exit, but no, he decided to just follow me and I blocked him just in case. He's going on my left side now, going towards the next corner. We are almost side by side on the brakes, but somehow I felt that, I said it before, he's not aggressive too much, so I had a feeling that I could defend easily until the end of the race, but you never know, of course, what can happen. Maybe I can make some bigger mistake and then, you know, it's over. Here again we had a small contact and again I built small advantage, and now we are going to skip into a third attempt. So very intense racing, and This is 8 in the final lap. As you can see, very intense racing. He was on my tail all the time, attacking me, trying to, take my second place. and I was in a position to once again hone my defensive skills. It's not good for the heart, but it's good for your defensive skills, of course. I said that I can make a decent qualification lap time, but you already saw, or you are seeing this, that my pace wasn't that fast. You can see my lap times, not once I drove below 2:14, and that is almost 2 seconds slower for my qualification lap time. So Hungarian guy is still attacking me. I'm still trying to defend my position. Everything is, you know, happening as in previous 3 or 4 laps. I don't know how long he was attacking me, but long enough. And now we are going towards the next corner, which is very sharp corner onto the left, and tricky one also, because we are going into a corner with a lot of braking. We are downshifting into a second, which helps the car to rotate. So look at this, into a second, rotate the car, apex, half throttle, full throttle, but he did that corner very well, just as I did. So he's still close. Look at this. And one more thing, I forgot to record the other camera, the TV camera, on the replay, so this is why we are looking at this race only from a bumper camera. So a couple of more corners until the end of the race. I'm still defending, I'm still managing to keep my second place. Hungarian guy is probably very frustrated. I was hoping that he is not going to make any silly mistake because of that frustration, to do dive bomb or something like that and to kill us both. Luckily he was, you know, he was filled with composure and he was relaxed, he was sensible. And going towards the last corner, very close, he's trying on the outside, but I have inner line, early on the throttle, power up, he's still behind me and he had a better exit. Look at this, now we are almost side by side at this moment, but no, he didn't manage to do that. He ran out of the track and out of the time. So at the end I managed to defend my second place, and I was really satisfied with that. So I was definitely honing my defensive skills, so I will probably be only better and better. So that was it for the first race. Let's go into a second race. I will start on I think first position in this second race, and I will race against my fellow countrymen. So as you know, I'm from Serbia, and I don't use Serbian flag because there is no Serbian flag in Gran Turismo sport. And this guy behind me, Grand Ace P1, which is British, well, he's not British, he's Serbian also, I know him, and he's also my GT sport friend. So we have a start here. So this is Serbia against Serbia, first and second place, but Dutch guy pushed my fellow countryman off the track here, as you can see, not off the track, but he pushed him going into the first corner and he lost the position. So now it's me, Dutch guy, and British guy. So again, I immediately realized that my pace is not fast enough again, and the Dutch guy was able to keep up with me. He was very close and he was way too aggressive than a Hungarian guy from the previous race. You will see that in just a couple of moments. He was trying to overtake me, and a couple of times we had the contact, really hard contacts, but I was able to stay here. So pressure is on me once again. It's very hard to look in front of you, to follow your reference points on where to brake and where to start a turn, and to follow the guy behind you who is very aggressive. So you need to be focused 100%. I'm saying that all the time in these kinds of situations. So focus, and just try to follow your racing lines, to be as consistent as possible, and of course if guy is attacking you, to try to defend by going on to the inner side. So going into the first corner of the second lap, I was a bit wide here, and look at this, Dutch guy is almost on my bumper, he's almost pushing me, and guys from behind him are still very close. So we have a small train here, 4 or 5 cars, something like that. So going into the next corner, he pushed me here, and he just decided to continue, but no, I blocked him on purpose, of course. So very intense racing now into the next corner. Everything went well early on the throttle, and my fellow countryman decided he had enough, and he, you know, pushed him this time off the racing line, because he did the same to him. Dutch guy did the same to him going into the first corner. So now it's myself on the first position, and the Grandace, who is Serbian, to repeat once again, is behind me. He's only using British flag, and now the race is starting, or the battle starts, because this is third lap, and look at this, he's 0.2 seconds behind me, and he was there throughout entire race. So I was able to build a gap in a couple of situations, but immediately after that I made a mistake, and he was back on me right away. So I wasn't consistent enough. So I had first sector great, then second sector bad, then third sector great once again. So he was constantly somewhere around 0.3, 0.4, 0.2 seconds behind me. And look at this, this is 7th lap here, and he's still behind me, and he was building his position entire 4.5 laps, and he was learning, he was, you know, improving his skill, and he was planning to attack me, of course. So this is very intense racing. You saw from 3rd lap to 7th lap, my fellow countryman is behind me, and now we have a full battle on. Look at this, he's going onto the left side on the brakes here, and he's going around the outside. I don't want to push him off, and this is where I made the mistake. Look at this. I should have stayed on the left side, but I went on the right, and that was the moment when I opened the door wide open, so he took the advantage and he went in front of me. The reason why I'm showing this to you is because in the next lap we will be in the same situation, only he will block me. So this is the reason why I showed it to you. You will see soon enough. So look at this now, this battle. I am all over him, looking for a move. I'm just waiting for one small mistake from his side. I'm waiting for that, you know. If he makes a small mistake, I will be right on him and I will take advantage of that. But no, he was very good in defending his position. We are here almost side by side once again on the brakes. I'm trying on the outside maybe, but no, he had an inner line, so he was early on the throttle. I wasn't able to do that because of my bad racing line. Going downhill towards the tricky fast corner onto the right, these tires are very tricky, you know, you can easily slide, so you need to be on the point with speed. So 8th and the final lap, I'm still behind him, and behind me is I think a guy from Sweden who was coming close, because two of us were battling. Look at this, I'm now once again trying on the outside, but no, his racing line or defensive racing line were almost perfect, and I was, as you can see, all around him trying to attack, trying to make a move, but no, he was defending that really well. Look at this, this is the situation I was talking about. So I'm in the situation to go on to the left side. I had a higher speed, but he blocked me. This is what I didn't do in previous laps, so I missed my opportunity here. So let's try once again. Going into the next corner, early on the throttle, Swedish guy from behind me is now very close, so now I need to watch out on him also as I'm battling with a Grandace in front of me. 8th and a final lap, very tense racing. He did a very good move when he overtook me, so I applaud to that. Next corner onto the left, sharp corner. No, he is still far away. I tried on the inside here, but we had a contact. I was thinking that I will receive a penalty now. Thankfully that didn't happen. Couple of more corners or half a lap until the end. I was still trying, I was still hoping for some small mistake by Grandace on the first position, but no, as I said, I will repeat it once again, he was very good on defending his position. He was in front of me and he was keeping me all the time on 0.2, 0.3 seconds gap. And 2 more corners until the end. I think that I'm not in a position to attack, you know, I'm far away. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in a train. Last corner, I was trying with the early throttle. I had a bit better exit, but no, that wasn't enough. So at the end, I will lose my first place from a fellow countryman. He did a very good job. He was behind me from 3rd lap to 7th, and at that moment he was able to overtake my position, and as I said, he did it very well, so I can be angry on myself, but he beat me fair and square. So as I said, I applaud to him, and that was it. So 2nd place, still I was very satisfied with this result, because after this race I came to the A+ driver rating once again, so overall good result. And that was it for today. If you like this video, click the like button. If you would like to watch or to listen some more, do subscribe, turn notifications on. That's the small bell icon in the lower right corner. I will try to upload 2 videos per week and to have 1 live stream during the weekend. So that was it for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. The V-Man is out.